I play saxophone, alto saxophone. I've been playing it for a while now, and that's the reason why I'm here at New World School of the Arts. So when I got here and they were like, oh, you gotta work for Untitled Chapter, I'm like, what is that? And they were saying, oh, we go to New York and we meet Wynton Marsalis and all the guys in his band. And I was like, whoa, that's great. So I was like, oh, we gotta do this. And then it was like, oh, we didn't make it in. But it was okay because I never experienced it before, so it didn't really affect me as much. But as soon as the next year started and we were like, yeah, we gotta get in, and we did, it was mind-blowing. We knew that we had a goal that we wanted to meet, and that goal was to make first place. So this whole school year, we were working hard, having sectionals, staying after school long hours, and all of that paid off very well. We won first place at essentially LA to the New York City, and it was incredible. The feeling of winning first place, knowing that you've done something right, it's incredible. The festival that they have up there for the kids who make it in is very special, and they teach us clinics and they do different things, and a lot of the guys that play in the bands who are professionals and are great at what they do, they come and teach us and help us with our music, and that's what makes us who we are. Those type of things that happen to us every year, those going to different festivals and different things like that, they help us become better musicians. And the chance to get to talk to them like me and you are sitting here right now, it's amazing. I never would have thought in a million years that I'll be able to speak with such high-level jazz musicians. Because coming from I come from Liberty City, and not many people from where I come from get that opportunity. So I just feel very blessed.
Later.
The moment I found out, I was very excited, but I started doing research. I started reading up on her. I read biographies, watched documentaries on her. I watched the movie Evita with the Madonna version. I did everything I could to really learn about her. It's a daunting task to take on at first. Not only because you have to do all this research, you have to really learn how to become her. And my family is also from Argentina, from my mom's side. So my mom would tell me stories of her mom when they lived there during the Peronista age. They would remember going out and they would go to school, and if they heard gunshots, they would just come back home. Because rise to power is never really easy. But learning all that and listening to that and reading all these stories really helped me embody who she really was. She was a very strong woman, and she did whatever she needed to get to the top. No, she did not. She never apologized. She never felt bad about it. She really did what she could in order to reach the top, and she did.
I come from Argentina, so this show is very dear to me. I always wanted to do it. This is
this is the first time that I actually designed it myself. I brought some pieces from Argentina. We could have 10 Evitas and they all be totally different because they would dress in different colors and in different shapes. For Melissa, for example, I dress her with light colors and champagne colors because you would think that would make her pale. On the contrary, she has so much light on her own that I think it really worked. I interview the students and I ask them, how are you going to approach this character? What does it mean to you? How's the life of the character? That's very important to me. My mother actually grew up with Evita Perón, and she's very familiar with everything that Evita did. And she saw the show and I asked her, what did you think of the show? And she goes, I just cried a great deal. And I was very moved because I'm like, but why? Why? And she goes, because I was there. So that was beautiful. Oh my God, we're gonna cry now. That was really very, very wonderful. My aunt was there too, and she was very moved by it. So we try to give them the experience of professional theater, I like to say, because we all come from professional theater, all my peers and I. And so I think that it merits for them to have that experience.
Be creative. Be a hero. Be the solution. Be connected. Be innovative. Be global. Be successful. Be you. Be MDC. Be Miami-Dade College.
One-person show was a huge passion project. My OPS was mainly centered around my experiences growing up Mormon. And I kind of wanted to come to it from a place of my own experiences. So it's about this Mormon missionary and how she's attempted going on a mission several times and she keeps messing up, and she's about to enter the mission fields for her third time. And so it's just a really flustered character, and of course a lot of it comes from my own voice and, like I said, my own experiences. The main thing, I think the main theme that I wanted to center around was just like acceptance of yourself as an individual, and that's really what it was about. The hardest part for me was figuring out the writing, because we gain so much training as actors, as performers, and even kind of as directors in our acting classes. So the writing was the most daunting part.
Well, it's a senior project. It's the ability of being able to culminate the work of 3.5 years of training. And so students create, direct, and produce their own one-person show, which is 20 to 30 minutes in length. It's a real baptism by fire to be able to have that kind of self-reliance and being able to pull all the skills that you've learned in 3.5 years. So I think having the ability to create a show and being able to go out there and have that as your calling card is really important. Being in show business, you have to have a real strong sense of self-reliance and the ability to create that show. And so what we say is, what's your passion? What really moves you forward? What interests you? And I think that's the key, and I think that's something that we really plant in the students' mind from the freshman year all the way through, of letting your passion really, really drive you and allowing you to be productive and to be successful in what you do.
Sophomore year is here. Get ahead and gear up for the school year.
6 Gear Up tips to success for the class of 2017.
Let's start getting skills from your class to pass your exams.
Think early, like everything else. Study early to cut down your stress.
Have awareness. Know what your schools and community has to offer, especially when it comes to scholarships.
Have readiness so you can take on challenges inside and outside of class.
Research the undergraduate programs, because the road to college starts now.
2017 may be the end of high school, but it's the beginning of new possibilities. So gear up for college and make your dreams a reality.
Gear up!
The arts in general have flourished over the last decade here in South Florida, and the theater scene is getting better every year.
Just the visual arts alone has boomed over the past 20 years. Theater and theater companies and the daring work that theater companies are doing, but I think also in dance, music, and the new compositions that are coming out of South Florida. I mean, it's a really vital, healthy community.
Well, you know, I always feel that having New World School of the Arts here is a great resource. I mean, I've worked with dozens of not just recent graduates, but also members of the faculty. One of the faculty members, Jeff Quinn, has been our lighting designer for years. David Quiet has been in so many performances as an actor, Jim Randolph as well. So without New World, we would have a hard time finding, especially young actors. So many of them have come from New World that I'm just very grateful they're here.
I try to imagine what this community would be without New World. I myself am a graduate from New World as well, and I went through the college, and I wonder the void that would be around if New World wasn't here. There would be a void in quality. I believe in the diversity of actors and the kinds of actors, and there's something, I think, magical about this place and this building that we're doing this particular, show in right now. The students have to look forward to the opportunity to work with some of the finest regional theaters here. I mean, from Gable Stage to Actors Playhouse, to
Zoetic. you know,
to
Stuart is
Zoetic
also.
Stage. Thank you. To Palm Beach Drama Works. I mean, there is an enormous, there's many opportunities for students to sink their teeth into. This is a fantastic place to grow, to learn, to step into your shoes, and to become the actor that they wish to be, which is important.
Three, two.
Be focused. Be original. Be a trendsetter. Be an explorer. Be the solution. Be visionary. Be a hero. Be the answer. Be the best. Be you. Be MDC.
After college, I was an apprentice at a big theater festival. Getting to work in an environment where people were creating work and to have my own now knowledge of what that meant to create my own work. So when you're sitting in a room with a playwright like Eric Bogosian and he's talking about a play, you can have a dialogue with him about that, and that allows you to build even a small relationship, but it opens your world up because you have the experience of it. And when you get out and you meet students from all over the country who don't have that experience, it's shocking and you feel really proud from where you come from. Right out of school, I actually got really lucky and booked a job with Palm Beach Drama Works. And I think New World helped in that respect, that I was in a position to say, I go to New World School of the Arts, I just want to come see your show, and then talk. And I mean, that's how Joe Adler and I started talking, and that's how Bill Hayes at Palm Beach Drama Works and I started talking. It's just because I had the opportunity to engage myself as a member of the community and not just as a student.
Right.
Because even when you're a student here, I feel like they're ultimately training you to be a member of the community. And that is, I think, unique to New World, because you come here and you're not treated like a student. You're treated like an artist, you're treated like an actor. When you leave New World School of the Arts, the first thing you're going to realize is, I have all this free time. I don't know what to do with myself. But then you realize that structure, those things they ingrained in you, you can't let go of. You know, you don't have your hands on something, like, well, I got to have my hands on something. You know, you're surrounded constantly by people who have the ability to shape the way you think and to give you more outlets to discover your own voice. And so if you take advantage of that at every moment, just take advantage of the fact that you're here, and outside of that 9th floor, 4 walls, it doesn't matter for that time you're there. And there's so much life to be had there. Yeah.
Be creative. Be a hero. Be the solution. Be connected. Be innovative. Be global. Be successful. Be you. Be MDC. Be Miami-Dade College.
Well, Casa Lynn started in 2002, but right around the corner on Miami Avenue was a young gallery called Rocket Projects. It was really a vital, exciting gallery, and the woman who ran it, Nina Arias, was really the one who started all the Wynwood art projects. And so I got an idea that Nina, maybe you'd like to suggest some artists to put on a show during Art Basel. She organized 3 artists who came and developed a really phenomenal exhibit. The people who came every year were museum directors, art curators, and they would see these young artists and say, wow, these are really interesting and great. It's not the kind of stuff you're seeing inside Art Basel. My thrust is really for the young artists, though, who don't have the exposure, who need the critique. So that's the exciting thing about Casa Lynn, to really give these artists the platform they need to push their career along. Could be the food, could be the coconuts and rum. Certainly now it's, thanks to the New World School of the Arts and Maggie Cuesta, it's really become much more sophisticated, if you will. And the quality of the art has changed because now we're mostly performance art, which is, we're trying, not competing necessarily with Art Basel, but we have the luxury to be different. So people come now to see what's going to happen, what's going to be there. And then every year it's more successful than the last.
Fresh thinking is being served at Miami-Dade College. Create your own recipe for success in the evolution of food culture at the Miami Culinary Institute. Learn the skills you need to jumpstart your career in the culinary arts. Turn green into gourmet and celery into salary. Miami Culinary Institute. Food, culture, innovation. Visit us at miamidadeculinary.com. Register now. Miami Culinary Institute.
Our team originally started through the Knight Foundation, and the original location was in Wynwood. And since then, we relocated and we're funded by a silent benefactor. And now we're really close to the heart of downtown Miami, so it's a nice contrast. It's a studio that the college students have. They're private. They're about 18 hours access, so just about the whole day. We get to work here on our own projects, self-guided. We also have a sort of community that we're able to work amongst peers, and that way we're able to have a more intimate critique, and it really helps us kind of dive deep into more concept and technical aspects. And then if we have to do demos, we'll go back, but it's convenient to be, in the city, very close to the campus, and also able to sort of have enough distance where we're able to work privately and kind of focus. And get a lot of really well-known local artists as well as international artists from really prestigious schools, and it really elevates sort of our status as students and the school status kind of on a national scale, I believe. A lot of these professors come in and they're really genuinely interested and they're fascinated by our situation. It's very alternative and I think very kind of trendy and cutting edge. In fact, I don't think that many undergraduate programs provide private studios, so it's really great.
spent 4 years in high school here, and I was accepted this fall into the sculpture program in New World. It's a small school. It's very beautiful community to be a part of, and just the faculty is amazing, and that's really what made me stay.
She's a very creative young woman. Work ethic, she's tirelessly working, spending a lot of time in the studio and outside of the studio as well. And presentation skills. Bernadetta did a fantastic job of really putting together a tremendous portfolio and making sure she had a good example or a good showing of all of her work. Juries are our evaluative tool. It's very similar in an academic program to a final exam. So it's an opportunity for students to show the culmination of the work that they have produced over the semester. And for us it's very important because we have a high standard that our students are called to. And it gives us an opportunity to see firsthand across the board how students are performing. And part of professional practice is actually presenting work to someone from the outside. So this becomes an opportunity for them to really understand how to prepare a portfolio, how to shoot and document their work, and then how to stand up and make a case for that work, whether that would be in the future with a client or with a gallery owner or a director of a museum or someone like that.
I find it very helpful to just display my own work in front of all the faculty throughout the whole semester. It's 10 to 15 minutes of your time, but you prepare for it for months and years and just days not sleeping and just worrying about it, because you really want to just impress your teachers and show how hard you've worked and how far you've gone. And what I get from it is just great evaluations, good feedback, just amazing support from all the teachers that I can ask for.